Welcome back to Rock and Ron Garage. Today we're going to work on the Maverick again. Yes, finally we're getting back to it. It's been a little while. Got a few things to do, and I'm going to go over them right now with you. I got new taillights assemblies. We're going to put those on. We are going to get the trunk mat in. Jack inserted, spare tire, hubcap, make it look somewhat presentable. We'll clean this out. We're going to polish up the rear bumper and put it on. Down the road, we're going to put a new seal on it. Don't mind the mess right here, because I got all this stuff I got to ship out. So that's just in the way. I got to get it boxed up, weighed, and all that good stuff. We're going to get that gauge panel done. We're going to put the radio in. I got that off that 4-door. And throw a couple other odds and ends from the interior. We're going to clean up the front bumper. It's back here. And put it on. Try to see what it entails. Do a little work under the hood. Some touching up. Get the fenders, put them babies on. Then we can bolt up that nice hood. Yeah, we got it going pretty good. And sometime here in the near future, probably on this video, I have to pull that transmission out again. I talked about it on my last one, and I've just been avoiding it, but I have to pull it out. I have to change that front seal because it's leaking like a sieve. It's really bad. I'm going to adjust the front suspension a little bit to make it more straight. And soon we'll be taking this baby for another test drive, a real test drive. So let me get after it, get a few things done, get a new video out for you guys and me, and we'll go from there. We're going to go ahead and get these tail lights switched out, bolted up, wired up. I'll vacuum out the trunk, put the mat in it, spare tire, jack, hubcap, make it look pretty presentable. So that one's all tightened up and put on. This one, once I get the lights taken out, that's done. Right now I'm gonna get that vacuum, a shop vac, and clean it out. Okay, now that that fiasco is resolved, we're going to put that back bumper on. I'll clean it up after I put it on. Rear bumper is all installed. Trunk mat's done. Spare tires locked in. Taillights are replaced. All right. Next. Rear valance is done. I gotta scuff it and prime it still. Maybe throw some tan on it. Scuff it and prime that tail light panel. Tape everything off. Maybe throw some tan on it. I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel on that stuff. It's a patina car. It's the way it's gonna be. Let's move on. All right, let's get back into this thing. I'm gonna put the radio in with the bracket, the bezel. I'm gonna mount all the gauges to somewhat get that interior done. It's pretty well done in my book. Start pulling the trans out. I don't know how far I'm gonna get tonight because I ordered some transmission fluid and they sent the wrong stuff. So I'll check out what else I have to do. The list is pretty well complete. Yeah, other than that, mount the fenders, put the front bumper on. I think I gotta notch out the fenders too. So stay with me. All right, let's get down to business. Get this sucker out. What is that? 7/16, maybe a half. It's not leaking out of the front seal. What are you leaking at? You can't be leaking out of that pan. This is leaking out of the pan. Let me tighten up these pan bolts. Well, from what I'm seeing, it's like it's leaking out of the pan. I never checked the pan bolts. That would save me a ton of work. Check a couple of these bolts on the tail shaft. That's tight. That's tight. So probably that's all it was. That's cool. I'll put the drive shaft back up in there. Man. That would be great news, wouldn't it? Great news. Oh yeah. There's a bar. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me show you. There is a bar that goes from that bolt hole all the way under the oil pan to that bolt hole. It's called a belly bar, and I have it. So while I'm under here, I might as well put that thing in. You need to have it for V8 cars on these Mavericks. It kind of strengthens the towers, the motor mounts, kind of ties it all together. I'll get it buzzed up with this, then I'll tighten it up. Tight. Tight. Okay. Done. Yeah, but I don't have to pull the trans out now. Yeah, but that's okay. I can edit. No, I'm not pulling the trans out. It's not the front seal. Well, I was coming back here by the cross member and it dripped in my face. So I grabbed the light, I look underneath and I see a little wetness around the pan. So I gave it like a quarter turn around each bolt of the pan, wiped it all off. It's not coming from the front. And the little drip that is coming from the front, it was oil. So I tightened up the oil pan. Because it's chrome, you know. Snugged up all the trans pan bolts, snugged up all the oil pan bolts, wiped everything off so we can see next time if it's leaking. And it has to be that pan, it has to be. Yeah, it will save me a lot of trouble. So I went ahead and put the belly bar in, put the drive shaft back in it. That's really all I did. Yeah. So now I can put the 4 trans bolts back in the top. Go get the fenders and start putting them on. Work on the front bumper maybe. Well, we don't have to change the trans. Don't have to pull it down to change the seal. It's not leaking from the seal. It had to have been leaking from the pan, because I gave it like a 1/4 turn to almost a 1/2 turn for every bolt to snug up the pan. Did the oil pan all, 3/4 of the way, like a horseshoe. Tighten those bolts up. They had a little oil residue on the back 2 bolts, so that's what was coming out of the bell housing, or down the bell housing. So I put the drive shaft back in it, ended up putting the belly bar on it. Now we're gonna throw these 4 bolts back in that I did. Go get the fenders. Put the fenders on this thing. Let me pick up these tools real quick. I'm gonna leave it jacked up so I can do the fenders real easy. Gotta find my new emblem. Here's the grill. Driver's fender, passenger fender. Had to get them out of my storage. They've been sitting there since I got the car. Let's get back at it. I come out to work on the car, and lo and behold, I had fluid all over the floor again. I'll show you. Transmission fluid. Got the oil dry in there now. Yeah, but it was just seeped out of the transmission pan. I guess too many hot and cold cycles, I don't know. So of course you have to order all this stuff nowadays. Nobody keeps it in stock. So I went ahead and ordered it from O'Reilly's. And come on. They'll have it tomorrow. So I just threw some oil dry down. I ain't worried about it. Matter of fact, I missed a spot. Got it. Clean up some stuff. And we are gonna attempt to put these fenders on. Shouldn't be that hard, should it? Question is, should I put the car? No, I can't. I gotta do the transmission tomorrow. Usually you want these things to sit on all 4 wheels before you attempt this. I'm not going to do that. So let's check it out. I know you guys already see, but this is what the Maverick looks like with a fender on it. It's the first time I'm seeing it since I got it. I mean, I seen a picture of it when I bought it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's do the other side. We're putting that hood on in no time. Davey looks like a Maverick again, don't it? Got a little bit of a gap. It's okay. Look down it. Don't look bad. Don't look bad at all. Look down it. Don't look bad. Let's see if we can put a bumper on this thing. What do you think? We're on a roll. Need to lower this down a little bit. Put you over here. I really don't want to get in your way. So come on down. Tight now. Yeah. Well, there it is. One bumper. Semi mounted. So let's get the valance or valance or whatever. See how that baby fits up. I don't know how. Yeah, she's a little tweaked up. I have to do a little body work on her. She's tweaked. She's tweaked. So, get out the old tools. That piece can't go on because it's hidden. And you got to notch that out. Let me get that light. Okay. See? Turn that off. You have to notch out right here. Somehow. But I have to get the other fenders to figure it out. But then that filler panel will fit down in there. Yeah, looks like that will bolt to there. All this will be up under the bumper. I'll get some bumper bolts or chrome plugs to plug those off. Just SOS pad it real good. You guys want to see what the grill's gonna look like in there? Me too. I believe right there and right there. Okay, not completely. Yeah, and there's all kinds of brackets that go in behind here. I got those. Yes, I do. That's the first time it rang. Bevy's here. Finally, she's good enough to be on camera. That was in that parts car. And I said, what the heck? I'll just throw it in here for looks. It's just an AM. There ain't no antenna or nothing. It's just filler, basically. All right, now we're cooking. Take this. Love you, baby. Got the top 4 bolts out with the trans. Got the oil line run for the gauge, water line run for the gauge. It don't look that bad. I mean, it's, yeah, that's the hot wire I got to run to a key switch on. Eventually I'm gonna get a new wheel. I had a new windshield, but it got broke in the handling department. All right, here's the summary of where we're at on the Maverick. I didn't have to change the trans, but you know that. I did go ahead and put a new trans pan in it. Cleaned the old one, checked it for straightness. Put it on there, tightened it all up. Tightened up the oil pan bolts that were loose. Mocked up the grill. I do gotta find another one, it's broke. I haven't notched the fenders yet. I'm waiting on some motor mounts. Well, one. This is one. They're real short for the Maverick. And you see how the motor's sitting up at an angle? That's not good. So I'm not gonna put trans fluid in it that I did get finally until I change those motor mounts to bring the motor down. Got the gauges installed and the radio. It's done. I got to hook up the hot wire to a key switch. That's no big deal. I didn't adjust the front end yet. I got the front bumper on. I will be notching that, getting it squared away. As you've seen, I got the rear bumper on with the valance, the new tail lights, trunk done. Looks pretty good. I'll prime it, patina paint it or whatever. That part's all done. So what we got left to do is put the hood on, which I haven't done. I'll wait till I do the motor mounts on that. I need the light. I got the hinges ready to go. Put the hood on, adjust the front end a little bit, cut them fenders, try to find another grill or another half a grill so I can glue and piece it together. Put the headlights in, the filler panel, SOS pad the bumpers, do a little priming, painting, whatever. And she should be pretty close to being done. I gotta find me another windshield. You've seen that. Well, I told you about it. We'll wash it up, take it for a ride. That'll be next video. In the meantime, I made a big score at an estate sale. I found these headers. These are the headers that I have, the same type that I have on my Galaxy. They're 1 7/8 with 3.5-inch collectors for a 64 or 63 Galaxy only with an FE engine in it. These things are like hen's teeth to find. Mine are starting to rot out and I can hear the leaks and all that. And I found these at an estate sale, you would not believe it. Got new header gaskets I bought with it. I also found a brand new manual steering box for the Galaxy. I don't know if you've seen it in the Galaxy video, but you go down the road and you got to steer it left and right to keep it straight. Well, there's so much play in that steering box, and I've adjusted it, but now I got a new one at an estate sale. Estate sale. Estate sale. I also got a pair of electric cutouts. Yeah, electric cutouts. Bought them at an estate sale. It was a really good one too. Had a lot of 64 Galaxy parts. I also bought a box of stuff, just miscellaneous stuff. I got headlight pigtails with relays to go with these headlights to put in the outside of the Galaxy. They're high beam, low beam, and running lights. I got those at the estate sale. I bought 2 of them. Bought a new air nibbler, Milwaukee, air shears I mean. Got my driver's side vent window regulator because mine's stripped. Got a new Pertronics flame coil, new. Got all kinds of hardware for the Galaxy. All kinds of different stuff. Got a whole interior screw kit for the Galaxy. I got a box of these tabs. I love those things, they're good to have. Got a set of motor mounts for a Ford. They're kind of too tall, they're not tall enough. I mean, they're too tall for the Maverick, so that's okay. Got a bracket, some fittings, and just miscellaneous stuff in this box. Got a really good deal on all of it. Man, I love those estate sales. So that's what we're coming down to. That will be a future video. I'm sure it's going to be a fun one too. So that's it on the Maverick. She's coming along pretty good. I do need to adjust that front end a little bit. Get that valance in, cut them fenders up. I was thinking on putting the white car, the fenders on it, but it just wouldn't, I mean, look good, but what are you gonna do? At least this patina is all roughly one color. If I put the white fenders on it, I gotta prime them, and then here we go, going down that rabbit hole. But that's it for this video. I'm gonna cut it short. I thought I was gonna have the hood on it, but it ain't working out that way. The hood will go on the next video. The fender should be cut by then. Like I said, trans pan gasket's already done. So I just need to fill it. I got all my fluid right here. So that's where we're at. I want to thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe, tell your friends, comment, and we'll have a new video before you know it. Take it easy.